This video isn't monetized. Let's get that out of the way. Now, I know everyone on this site says this, but I did not want to make this video. It's great to know that if I died tomorrow, like, people like this would just happily make a video within 24 hours. Like, YouTube has proven to me that you can't even die right, and that is fucking terrible.
Is deserving of a better video, if a video at all. But this is the reason why I wanted to make a Keemstar video, this topic. But the etika stuff is just putting me off the edge. Out of everything I've said in this video, this is definitely gonna be the worst of Keemstar. I'll try and make it straight to the point, and it's so bad just because it is modern day. He is middle-aged. He's a grown man being disrespectful and overstepping. Keemstar harassed and clowned etika the most out of anybody else. If you try to convince me that Keem did not know that his massive audience would go and immediately clown etika for saying the shit that he said, I can't even take you seriously. And just the way that Keemstar deflects and tries to pivot the narrative to his advantage. You can't erase your sins. You can't erase the dumb shit that you've done. You can take responsibility for it and know your place. But you've just decided your place is right in the fucking middle of the fucking thing. You're pretending like you're buddy-buddy. You're running a fundraiser, and yeah, it's great. You're running a fundraiser. Money's awesome. And it's going to mental health. That's fucking great. It's like 20K. But Keemstar, humble yourself, bro. You're sitting up there doing that fundraiser and you're taking all the fucking shine. You're polishing your fucking knob right now. You're making yourself look like the god you are. You make it out to be like you were friends with etika, like you're a buddy-buddy with him. You clown the absolute fuck out of him. Etika fans are tweeting at me saying I shouldn't stream Red Dead at a time like this. He's not my friend. I barely spoke to him. I'm worried, but there's nothing I can do. And it's Red Dead 2. Sorry, but I'm streaming no matter what. Yeah, nice one, dude. I'm sure you're buddies talking in the DM. And you knew he was vulnerable. You knew he wasn't thinking straight. Etika loved everybody. He talked right about everybody. He liked your show. Etika loved that edgy shit. When in fact, Etika liked you a lot more than you liked him. In the interview with Etika that Keemstar put up, Etika shit-talked Keemstar.
I don't kill people like you do sometimes. You killed that old man by calling him a I've never done anything.
Get out of here. Get out of here. That's ridiculous.
Listen, shut up. Shut up.
Because he said, hey, Keemstar, I like you, man. I like you. Doesn't mean that what Keemstar did is respectable. Record an interview with Etika. He started yelling and rage quit. He mad because I called him out for being weak. Being weak? The dude is literally having a mental break. His brain isn't functioning correctly.
What is this? What are these crazy tweets?
This is the return of the Antichrist.
Okay, it's the return of the Antichrist. Well, I thought the Antichrist was here the whole time.
Keemstar, why are you talking to this guy like a fucking idiot? We've established you're not fucking news. So don't pretend like you're news and acting like you're fucking objective on the spot when it feels good. And when you apply that to somebody who's actually having a mental breakdown on the spot, your show is manipulation. Do you understand this video is going to millions of people? Is there any way to send more harassment to somebody than what Keemstar did in this fucking video alone? Not even including his Twitter. You're literally hearing fantasy right now, and you're baiting more and more information from him so you can record it and put it on drama. Why do people respect you for this? Just by that interview alone, you can tell that Keemstar gave no fucks about etika. There was no way he was gonna come on that interview and said anything of value. Etika was having a mental fucking breakdown, but Keemstar took advantage of that. An adult came up to him and said, come on my show. I know you will bring a fuck ton of views. I will get a fuck ton of subscribers, a fuck ton of money. And you tell Keemstar, hey, maybe don't put ads on there. Maybe that's a good idea.
Hell no, I don't work for free. YouTube won't promote me. Mow my lawn.
I find it funny that somebody directly points out that you're exploiting etika for views and money, and your response is, it's the fans, dude. It's for the fans, for the fans. No, it's for your fucking AdSense. You literally, he puts out a tweet siding with J-Station. Say what you want, but I dislike J-Station, but he did donate. Donating doesn't mean shit. Donating doesn't make everything you've done wrong go away. You're detached from J-Station, so you can support him and say like, say what you want. He donated, and that just makes you look better because Keemstar, you ran a fundraiser, dude. You're both similar, as in you're both sociopaths. You're both business, you're both money, and you're both way too old to be doing this dumb shit. When all eyes are on you, when everybody's giving you that exposure, those impressions on Twitter because etika died, you go ahead and take that opportunity to say that, hey guys, we're launching my podcast again. Twice. Imagine if I was killed by a group of cult members and they decided to just start a fundraiser for me. Is that respectable? Kinda? Just don't go around acting like you didn't contribute to my fucking death, if not directly. Acknowledge what you did, and then make the fundraiser. Don't pretend like it doesn't matter. Don't pivot the narrative to something that's more forgiving. Stop blocking people for giving you valid opinions. I replied to your tweet, and you blocked me for it. You can't live in your own bubble, man. Something's gonna fucking pop it. Hey guys, etika died. We should give out Nintendo Switches. You've never seen a fucking switch in anybody's hands other than your daughter's, okay, buddy? Giving you the benefit of the doubt, but really, I think you're just that much of a fucking idiot. It's been a while since Content Comp, bro. You're not getting any more fucking memes. You're not having to block as many people. And the best part, out of nowhere, he just brings up the fact that he voted for Obama. Don't exploit Etika. Don't exploit Etika. Fuck you guys. On the news.
La 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 la. I can't hear you. La 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 la.
La 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 la. Imagine being 30, whatever the fuck he is, and doing that shit. La 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 to literal 13-year-olds on fucking Twitter. You're an old man with money. Please stop. And marry your girlfriend, dude. Holy fuck. And it's worth noting he alluded to Etika's death multiple times. There's been a lot of tweets that have gotten a lot of attention about some of the tweets that Keem has made about Etika. He wouldn't respond to any of those fucking tweets. Multiple tweets.
Some really scummy people that are taking a clip from the interview I did with Etika where I'm giving warnings of simulation theory and going down that rabbit hole.
Thank you. For absolutely fucking nothing. Hey asshole, you exploited Etika. Nobody's spinning a damn thing, idiot. Your fucking tweets are like you're spinning your dick on your fucking phone screen. Objectively, to this day, Keemstar, no bias at all, you are not a good person.
You know, sometimes the internet just fucking disappoints me. Like, it disappoints me pretty hard. Now, yesterday was a pretty massive day for YouTube. We had the good old content nuke that was dropped. Now, everyone says that, fuck, dude, we all hate this drama shit. Trust me, everyone gets off to this beyond belief. Everyone gets red. Now, I would say like a good 10-15 minutes of this video, unfortunately, it was really hard to watch because of Etika being mentioned. Now, I am not the biggest fan of what had happened because of that, and it makes this video just not something that I can sit down and comfortably watch. You know, I'm always down to watch some good like exposed video and some good like beef video between two individuals. But this is one of those cases where I feel like Etika, who had tragically taken his own life, was used, you know, as some sort of like, I would say, tug of war, bargaining chip, tool, whatever you want to call it, as to prove a point on, hey, Keem was bad, or I'm better, in all of this. You know, it's one of those situations where, like, you guys have internet beef. Keem and H3H3 have had internet beef for a fucking while. And it's something that we in the community have always fucking seen with our own eyes. We have always seen these two go at it. Whether who is right or who is wrong in this situation is entirely pretty much up to the person who's perceiving it, because these guys have such a fucking history, and these guys have such a history to their personas that people are going to either love them or they're going to fucking hate them. And for their beef to basically cause this and just go at each other is one thing, but to involve Etika basically left such a fucking sour taste of dick in my mouth that it made the whole thing pretty much fucking unwatchable. But I think the biggest point for me in that entire video was when Ethan had mentioned Etika. And in the video, you know, Ethan doesn't outright say that Etika fucking Keem had actually killed Etika. He didn't fucking say that. I don't think anybody can make that claim. I watched the video and nowhere did he outright admit that or say it. But if you're watching a video that's 10 to 15 minutes long, let's cut the PR legal bullshit out of it. 10 to 15 minutes of the video was spent there insinuating that Keem was responsible for the death of Etika. And this is one of those things where I just want this whole situation to stop. I hate when I hear people blaming individuals for the suicides of individuals, because you're pretty much disrespecting what Etika even said when he passed away. He passed away without passing the blame on to anybody. Okay, he wished the best for every fucking party involved. He passed away of his own fucking choice and volition, a choice that I wish he'd never fucking made. And he passed away, and that was the end of that, you know, the end of his life, and he never fucking threw anyone under the bus. To disrespect that is disrespecting the man's fucking final words. You know, his family outright went and supported Keem, and even his, like, ex-girlfriend, he just said, listen, this is not somebody that we're going to fucking throw over. And the thing about all of this is just pinning death and putting the fucking, like, receipt of, like, hey, who you caused this on somebody is just fucked up, you know, and it goes down to anything both ways. You know, Ethan has this whole thing with Trisha Paytas or whatever, and I'm sure it's a fucking joke. It always is going to be a goddamn joke. I'm sure she's never going to off herself. But if she did it the next day, I wouldn't want to be one of the people that says Ethan was the one fucking responsible for any of that. I think when you put the responsibility of that on somebody, it's fucked up. Now, why I'm actually making this video is not just to say that, it's to also say the video missed a lot of context given the situation that had basically been brewing in that moment. I think if you went back in time months ago, now it's basically almost a year ago that he had committed suicide, he he had problems. He had a lot of problems himself. And these were manifesting over times. You're looking at a person that was forced to fucking play a character. These videos of wellness checks that happened on Instagram Live when the SWAT teams were raiding him. You had to look at YouTube, Twitter, and every social media that he was still active on at the time. And one of the hardest things to really like grasp as it was happening were all the dumbasses making the clown memes, the clown emojis, picking on the guy, calling shit on him, basically running this hate fucking bandwagon against him at the time that I believe wholeheartedly had everything to do with the man fucking snapping and deciding it was the smartest thing to do in his mind was to fucking end it all. And you can't put the blame on anybody but the entire fucking community. We all sort of sat back there and didn't take it completely seriously. It was only after we had seen the loss of someone's life that the community said, wow, mental health, YouTube burnout, this shit is fucking real. And I think to ignore that context in the video was fucking pretty disrespectful. If the goal of Content Nuke was to fucking attack the credibility of Drama Alert, you could have done that by using the Toby Turner point, correct me if I'm wrong, instead of tossing Etika into this situation. That's all I'm really gonna fucking say, man. And this is where, like, I'll play like a clip from Etika right here real quick. This is from like way back when he had rated one of my streams. I had like 429 people watching it, right? Now that's like no small number, but he showed up, and this is one of those clips that I kept on watching tonight. And the reason I watched this tonight and why this clip really did mean a lot to me was you had an individual that came up and his influence was so fucking positive, okay, that I could bet you there are creators that you could not find a creator that had a bad experience with Etika or didn't fucking like him. This is the kind of guy that like had such a fucking positive personality, and his impact on YouTube was so fucking strong. Not just his videos of him reacting, not just his streams, but the impact was so strong. This is a man that when he was active was not the biggest YouTuber, but he was one of the biggest YouTubers, if that makes any sense. That's the memory that Etika left when he passed away to me. This is the kind of guy that you could take all of our influence, me, H3, Keem, any big YouTuber on the platform, and it wouldn't be as unique and impactful and powerful as what Etika had in his fucking prime, okay? That's just what it is. And to see close to his death, close to his passing away, the anniversary rather, to see all this dredged up and being used as this fucking weird tug of war is downright insulting, and it's just one of those things that like it has disgusted me yesterday seeing it. And like in the community, I know in drama we always like to laugh. Dude, I like to watch any content cop or any takedown thing, and I like to laugh, meme it up, and call it a day. But this is one of those situations where like such a tragic event was brought up for the sake of winning a fucking internet argument or to like push beef to one side or the other. And this is just something where it's like, listen, guys, both of you, okay, this goes for Keem and this goes for fucking H3, listen. Keem was not solely responsible for the debt. Did he fuck up those invested? Did he fuck up the interviews? Did he fuck up making some stupid fucking tweets? Oh yeah, 100%. And you want to know something? That guy fucking knows he fucked up those tweets. Trust me, he knows. All right. But to solely put the blame on one person for the tragic passing of a YouTuber that we all fucking knew and loved is pretty fucking low. And it's something that, of course, Ethan did not fucking mean. Okay. He even tweeted this out. But of course, man, like, listen, I'm just going to say it like it is. When you spend 10 to 15 minutes in a fucking video bringing it up, it's a pretty heavy fucking insinuation. And you've got a point where these people on Reddit are just doxing this individual, which again, I'm not going to blame Ethan for, because like, shitty fucking people who watch videos that take this shit so fucking to heart are going to do some fucked up shit because of it. But the thing is, this whole like Etika situation has just rubbed me so hard the wrong way that it's been like one of those things that you guys are making, like, not just me, but plenty of other creators remember such a fucking dark period of YouTube and the loss of one of the brightest fucking lights that we had on this platform. And you guys are sullying a memory in a way in this fashion. And this is all I'm going to say. It's nobody's fault for the loss of this individual. Like I said earlier, if Trisha Paytas offed herself because of like, all the H3 podcast shit involving her, again, I don't know how fucking legitimate that is. I don't know. I don't know if it's all a meme or if it's real or if he actually hates her, but we wouldn't fucking jump to the gun and blame him for causing the suicide of another creator, right? We wouldn't jump to these guns. These are fucked up. These are claims. These are takes that like, trust me, you could be the most evil person in the world. I mean, Keem's the fucking villain of YouTube, self-proclaimed, but like, motherfucker's got to have some heart about it, is all I'm going to say. Now, that being said, I'm not here to defend or bring anything. It's just one aspect that rubbed me really hard the wrong way.
Etika's passing has proven to me that there's scumfucks willing to capitalize on absolutely anything and everything. I just hope he's in a better place. Anyway, rest in peace, Etika. Joy-Con boys for life.
The most damning thing that he accused me of is killing Etika. You'd have to be the biggest scumbag in the world to try to pin another man's suicide on another person because of an internet beef that me and you are having, which we've been having for quite some time, and I'll explain all of that too. But to get into it, the basis of this whole Keemstar killed Etika is the interview that I did with Etika and some tasteless tweets that I put out. But more than anything, the interview is what gets the most attention in this situation because a segment of what I said to Etika and what transpired. We'll get into that, but before we do, first, I want to share a statement from Etika's own mother who texted me this. Hello, Keemstar. This is Etika's mother responding to you to address the recent threats and accusations that you received in relation to his death. I wish to inform Etika fans, friends, and viewers that Keemstar is not responsible for Etika's passing and should not be held accountable for my son's actions. Etika loved Keemstar's show and wanted to make his appearance both memorable and exciting. My son's goal was to make the segment as dramatic and entertaining as possible, not to use it as a vehicle of hatred towards the show's host and creator. Spread love and goodwill instead of passing judgment. What's truly needed is a much better platform supporting mental health awareness throughout the world. Please build up your online community with kindness instead of recklessly breaking each other down. In God we trust, you will take these blessings I send out to you. And I must admit, when I got that text message, I just completely fell apart. That is exactly what I needed when I needed it. Grieving with Etika's passing and then having some of these people online blaming me for his passing. So Etika's mom, thank you so much for sending that to me. She didn't send that to me yesterday or today. She sent that to me a few days after the passing of Etika. Also, I'd like to read some statements that were put out yesterday on Twitter by Etika's past girlfriend. He tweeted in response to H3H3's video, "Really sad to see people blaming Keemstar again. He was in no way responsible for Etika's actions." Let's think about it some more. One of Etika's goals was to be on Dromler because he respected that man. They were friendly behind the scenes. Desmond was actually unwell, sick. So in short, I understand that Keem's past makes it really hard for others to change that opinion. So don't go thinking I'm trying to make a divide between those who like and unlike him. This is just my take on the situation. This is the most difficult conversation to have. Etika's death shouldn't be used as a pawn to beat me in this feud that we have, H3H3. You really crossed the line. But keep in mind, during this whole Etika situation that was going down where a man actually lost his life, there were moments where I said some stuff that was completely stupid and wrong, and they're all over. Everyone shared them, but I did not kill this. In H3H3's video, he showed a lot of these tweets painting a picture that I didn't care about Etika at all, that I simply just wanted to use this as a spectacle to get as many views as possible. Like, that was the whole image that he put forth. He even found some tweet where I acknowledged that he was in a certain mental hospital. He even found a tweet and made this point in his video that I doxed the mental hospital that Etika was. On October 25th, I said I was really worried about Etika. If you see this, I want you to know that you're an amazing entertainer and thousands are counting on you to be here to entertain them. You have purpose. This was after he made a Reddit post that made it seem like he was going to commit suicide. And then he was gone. He was gone for a couple days, then came back, started streaming, and it just seemed like something was off. I tweeted out, I actually like Etika. I don't think he's evil like Fuzi, but he's definitely manic as fuck. Quoting, he actually acts like this because that's what all of his fans were saying. I said, nah, not like this. At this point, I actually thought something was seriously wrong. But if you are a fan of Etika, if you watch Etika, if you watched his streams, Etika, the entertainer, was very, very close to Etika, the guy acting not right. They were so close to each other that it was so hard for the fans and even myself to figure out through all these different outbursts that were happening over and over and over again. It wasn't one incident, it was multiple incidents. If he was actually losing his mind or if this was a publicity stunt, because he made it really seem like it was a publicity stunt. H3H3 didn't include the tweets of me saying, stay healthy. Or how after the interview, I seen a clip of him on his stream and he seemed like he was doing much better. And I said, whatever you're doing, stick with it. H3H3 saw these tweets, but none of these tweets were included because it doesn't push the narrative that he wants to push that I killed Etika. We were going back and forth. Me and Etika's fans were going back and forth. Whether or not to believe that he was in trouble or to believe that this was a publicity stunt. And it got to the point where all of his fans were spamming clown emojis at him, calling him a clown because they did not believe that there was a mental issue. They believed that it was a publicity stunt. And I talked to the man. I talked to the man on the phone and he would be completely calm. He would talk about the numbers, the subs. He asked me once about getting verified and he thought, because he did this one publicity stunt where, you know, they broke into the door and took him to the mental hospital, that, you know, now there were these articles on him and maybe he could get verified. That's the conversation we had. And keep in mind, from an internet's perspective, he was taken in handcuffs to a hospital and they let him out hours later. I'm not a doctor. You know, all of us on the internet are thinking at this time that this is a publicity stunt. Before I did the interview with Etika, when we were speaking privately, we were talking about the man's career. We were talking about the fact that there were these articles, the fact that he was trending worldwide. But then once I turned the cameras on and I hit record, he immediately goes into Etika the Entertainer. Before Etika committed suicide, he left a video online where he says this.
You know, I wasn't suicidal before. I really wasn't. But one thing I didn't realize was that the walls were closing around me so fast. I really had no intention of killing myself, but I would always push it too far. I guess I am mentally ill.
Etika was so confident and so convincing that, like, it made it impossible to know if there was a problem or not. And I kept flip-flopping along with his fan base back and forth. He's got a problem. No, this is just a character. No, he's just acting it up. That's what I was caught in along with his fans. Also, in Etika's final video, he literally said this about me. Roll it.
Keemstar, I wish you the best, my nigga.
Yeah, Etika was a huge Drama Alert fan. Him coming on this show meant so much to him. And when he came on, he wanted to put on a performance, and that's the way I saw it. But in that interview, and the most damning thing against me is a clip that's taken completely out of context, where I'm talking about simulation theory, that believing that this world is not real, believing that this world is a simulation could put you in harm's way, could put you in danger. If you don't think this is real, then why live? You have to believe that this is real. You can't believe that this is a simulation. I wanted to put that warning out there. I was trying to help. I battle with these things to this day. But for H3H3 to accuse me of killing him, which you definitely did. I know you put out tweets, and I most certainly did not blame Keemstar for Etika's death. I think he created an extremely toxic environment for him and others. You definitely did accuse me. You implied it. You more than implied it. In fact, one person responded, I believe you said almost verbatim, it's really interesting that just a few months after Keem talked to Etika about jumping off a cliff, Etika jumped off a bridge to his death. Homie, you more than implied that Keem was responsible for what happened to Etika.
Keemstar's greatest moment comes when he asks Etika in a manic state, why doesn't he just jump off a cliff?
If you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares?
Of course, hypothetical, but it is quite a coincidence when you consider that only 51 days later, that very same YouTuber jumped off a bridge to his death.
Ethan, you are a piece of fucking garbage. Garbage. And on top of it, you're a fucking hypocrite. You go on through your video saying, you know, about all this mental health, and Keemstar had a lot of bad takes, which I did. Trust me, I had a lot of bad takes about mental health, and my opinions have changed throughout the years.